Hello, so this is my self-growth presentation by myself, of course. So, experiences with conflict scenarios. These were the conflict scenarios that we created ourselves, and then we would then go on to use these in the discussion forums and the posts. So, I feel like creating them definitely was a learning curve overall, just because we hadn't done anything like this before. Um, and it was just a different experience than what I was previously accustomed to. So I feel like overall creating them went well and making sure our curriculum and what we were learning was implemented into them. I feel like that went pretty well overall. Um, just making sure that the complex scenarios made sense and actually went along with what we were supposed to be working on. I feel like the acting may not have been the greatest, of course. I know mine wasn't, but I feel like the acting may have made it hard to get the point across and to observe what it would feel like in a real life scenario. Um, but I feel like overall we did a pretty good job of that. Um, Experiences in real life, personally, I had very few instances of the de-escalation and the negotiation attempts. But when I did, I was dealing with students, because I work as a substitute teacher in a middle school, and then dealing with some of my players working as a tennis coach. So calming players, using these techniques, I feel like overall that was pretty smooth and pretty easy. I know most of the guys already, so it made it that much easier already. But then using these verbal judo techniques and so on, I feel like that just made it a whole lot smoother and much easier. With the students, it wasn't quite as easy. So obviously I use these techniques, but I feel like they may have been oversaturated sometimes and overused. So while they did work, um, I feel like the students over time will just get kind of bored of them and won't respond to them nearly as well. So I feel like that'll be something that I get better with experience. But overall, for now, it's working pretty well in my experiences. Okay, the statement safer because of my presence. I would agree with this statement overall that people are safer because of my presence. Um, I feel like learning to de-escalate a situation and a conflict and a conversation was a massive skill to learn. And I feel like I learned that pretty well and I implemented it within my own life really well. And this skill that all of us now have will be vital to just making sure that violence through conversations and potentially tense conversations does not escalate to a point that we don't want it to reach, to a boiling point. So I feel like overall, excuse me, um, we could all probably agree with the statement that the people around me are safer because of my presence. So I feel like we all would agree with that statement to ourselves. So yeah, I feel like learning to take care of tense conversations and cool down violent people that are dealing with these situations just creates a safer overall situation. Okay, future usage of verbal judo. Okay, so these skills, obviously you're gonna have to use it within the public. I feel like I will, especially working as preferably a future business owner. Just making sure you're in good standing with the public and keeping conversations cool and professional. And then working with clients, especially to ensure that there's not like a couple. I'm going to work as a financial planner, so making sure that a couple is not arguing with themselves, and that they're getting what they want out of their plan. So that's how I'll use that in my personal career. And then, of course, working with employees to ensure that employees aren't arguing with themselves and just keeping a smooth workplace. So, keeping these smooth conversations and preventing arguments is a must. And yeah, just keeping everybody calm, especially within my career. Um, Conclusion, I feel like this class overall was immensely useful because I feel like it was initially just going to be kind of a throwaway class, but I did end up learning quite a bit from it. So I feel like it was very useful and that these tools will be especially impactful within my career, but also just my everyday life. And yeah, while we have these the skills and the knowledge, I feel like continuing to expand them and learn them is something that we should all do. So thanks for watching, and that's all I have.